Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'm bringing to you another episode of the League 2 Roundup. If you're new to the channel, what we do in this video is where we round up everything that's happened in League 2 basically. I'm not going to bring any transfer rumours in this episode. There's not many going around, but there's been loads of confirmed transfers, I believe 35 in total. Few clubs as well have lost key players, so we'll go through that as well. So yeah, let's get into the video. Starting off with Newport County, they've been quite busy in the transfer window so far, but they've added another 2 players this week, announcing the signing of Matt Baker. He was on loan last season. They've agreed a compensation package with Stoke City, and Michael Spellman has joined on a free transfer after leaving Sunderland. I like the signing of Matt Baker. Good versatile player, can play in defence or in midfield. Don't know too much about Spellman, but it's a very consistent theme of profile of Newport signing quite young and upcoming players. Port Vale have also added another 2 transfers this week, announcing the signing of Ben Amos on a free transfer following leaving Wigan, and they've announced the return of Connor Hall to the club, agreeing an undisclosed fee with Colchester United. Ben Amos will give good competition in between the sticks with Connor Ripley, so good experience signing, and also another experienced signing at the back with Connor Hall. Obviously, he was with the squad that got promoted through the playoffs a couple seasons ago. He's quite a decent defender as well. Didn't quite work out for him at Colchester, so we'll have to wait and see what happens at Port Vale. Also, Port Vale have announced the contract extension of Bailey De Pepper. The 17-year-old has agreed a deal until 2027. Big news for Port Vale. This is, he's only 17 years old, been playing with England's under 17, so he's a really bright prospect at Port Vale, and I think a good deal this is as well. So when a big club comes in, they'll get quite a good fee for him, but it looks like he's signing on for this season, and it's massive news for them. Colchester have got their business really up and going, really been really busy this week, announcing 4 signings. Let's go through them. Rob Hunt has joined on a free transfer following leaving Leyton Orient. LYLE Taylor has joined, the experienced striker, also joins on a free transfer. Jack PAYNE, probably the biggest one on the list, has joined following his release from Cheltenham Athletic, and Adam Woodyard has joined as well on a 1-year deal. If we go for that list, Rob Hunt won promotion with Leyton Orient, a really solid right back at this level. LYLE Taylor knows where the back of net is. Was at Cambridge last season, I believe. He's had stints at Charlton, Birmingham City, Nottingham Forest as well. So a real experienced striker. And then Jack PAYNE, excellent season for MK Dons last season. Real good technical player, and I think he'll be a big player for Colchester. Considering Cameron McGean has gone as well now, I think he'll add that little bit of technical ability they need in there. And Adam Woodyard gives them a bit of experience as well on a 1-year deal. Wimbledon announced the signing of Alistair Smith on a loan from Lincoln City until the end of the season. He was on loan at Colchester last season. I'm really impressed with him whenever I've seen him. I think he's a real good all-round midfielder and a real good signing for Wimbledon, this one in midfield. But some bad news for Wimbledon. They have lost Jack Curry, has joined Championship side Oxford United on an undisclosed fee. I think he is probably Wimbledon's best player last season, probably the most consistent one, and he has been for the last couple of seasons. Then that left flank at left back, he gets up and down really well. He's really good at attacking, and he does his job defensively as well. So decent signing for Oxford, but a big blow for Wimbledon this one. My side, Walsall announced 3 signings this week, announcing signing of Josh Gordon on a free transfer, Tommy Sinkin on loan from Championship side Stoke City, and David Cagby rejoins the club on a permanent deal. Won't go into too much detail on this one. I have made 3 separate videos on the signings. I like the signing of Tommy Sinkin. I think that's going to be a good one in between the sticks. Now, David Cagby really grew as a player last season on loan, and it's good to have him back. Hopefully we develop him to be a real top defender at this level. And then Josh Gordon, you know what you're getting from him. He's a high pressing striker, and we're hoping he gets the goals this season. Tranmere have added 2 players to the ranks this week, announcing the signing of Sol Solomon from Marine FC and Josh Williams from Connacht Nomads. So I think Sol Solomon got 24 goal contributions for Marine last season. Obviously, I think he helped them to get promotion as well. Works in terms of location, and it could be one that pays off for Tranmere, signing on a 1-year deal. Josh Williams, I think he's a solid addition as well. Could be a real gem for them. 19 years old, obviously played in Wales with Connor Keenan-Mans, as I mentioned. Looks like a real good overall player from the clips I've seen of him. Good set piece taker, good work rate in there as well. So could be two hidden gems that Tranmere have found here. Bromley have been busy in terms of signings this week, announcing 4 signings. So if we go through them, they've announced the signing of Omar Unmi from Sutton United on an undisclosed fee. He returns to the club. Lewis Lee joins as well on an undisclosed fee from Preston. He featured 13 times on loan last season before going to Crewe on loan for the second half of the season. Sam Long as well joins on an undisclosed fee from Lincoln. I believe he featured as well for Bromley last season on loan, so not a bad signing there. And then Marcus Dinanga has joined as well. He scored 19 goals in the National League for Gateshead, so liking that signing up front. You know, he knows where the back of the net is in the National League. Hopefully he can bring that to the Football League. Fleetwood have announced 3 signings this week, announcing the signing of Zech Medley on a free transfer. Mackenzie Hunt has also joined on a free transfer from Premier League side Everton, and James Bolton has returned to England after a spell with St Mirren for an undisclosed fee. So I don't know too much about some of these players. Like Mackenzie Hunt is his first taste of men's football really after going through the youth ranks at Everton. It could be a good prospect for him. Zech Medley, I know a little bit about him. I know he come up through Arsenal's academy, but he's for the last few seasons been out in Belgium, so I don't know too much about him. Could provide to be a solid addition in defence. James Bolton obviously comes in with a lot of experience in the EFL, playing for your likes of Shrewsbury's. So I think it'll be a decent sign in that one. They did lose a player as well. Keane Haynes has gone to League One side Peterborough. I have watched this player. I remember watching him in the England v Republic of Ireland under 17s, 18 games. I think it was under 19s game. I think it was, and he looked a really good player in that one. And then he's been out on loan at Rochdale last season. Looks a really tricky player. Good scouting system got at Peterborough. So I think this one could go on to be a good sign for Peterborough. But it didn't feature too much for Fleetwood on a consistent basis. But a consistent player for him that has signed a new deal was Cole Johnston, signed a new 2-year deal. Featured 80 plus times in the last 3 seasons and has been a consistent player for the Cods. Accrington Stanley announced the signing of experienced defender Ferenc Rawson on a free transfer after being released from Accrington Stanley, and he also announced the signing of Zach Orr on loan from Southampton. I think Rawson's a really good signing for Accrington. Real experienced defender, and he's still at a decent age. He's 27 years old. Good experience in the back line. I thought he was solid at Morecambe. Wins his headers. He's a good all-round defender. He'll slot in well there. He has also been on loan a few seasons back, and he said he's got unfinished business there. Or I don't know too much about, but what I've read on the article, it does fit the system for Accrington, and we know Southampton like to play possession-based stuff, so could imply what type of style Accrington are going to play next season. Cheltenham have been busy as well, announcing 4 signings this week, announcing the signing of Owen Evans on a free transfer following the release from Moorside Walsall. Joe Day also reunites with Michael Flynn, joining on a free transfer. Liam Dawson has joined after being made available on a free transfer from Bedford. He scored 26 goals there last season. And Ethan Archer has joined from Torquay after a successful trial period at Cheltenham. Owen Evans, I know he's also been at Cheltenham in his career before, so Cheltenham fans already know what he's like, but I think he'll be a solid League 2 keeper for them. Probably be their number 1 next season. Then Joe Day, I think he's also the goalkeeping coach there, always on some sort of coaching staff there, so good experienced player to have around the place. Liam Dawson could be one that, you know, if it really pays off, it's a really good signing. You know, it's done well in the National League, and for him, he'll probably think he deserves a chance at the EFL, so he's got to take that opportunity. And like I said, Ethan Archer joins with the Torquay links with Cheltenham at the moment after a successful trial period. Crewe Alexandra, they had some bad news. If we're going to start with that one, they lost Rio Adebisi, has joined Peterborough for a 6-figure fee, I believe. Big loss this will be for Crewe. Outstanding last season down the left flank at left back. Real good player with good potential, but I think he obviously thinks at his age now he's ready to take the step up into League One. I think Peterborough will be a good place for him. I've heard Harrison Burrows might be leaving the club, so he could be going there as a regular starter, and you know, it's a big loss for Crewe. But they have recruited 2 players this week, announcing the signing of Max Sanders on a 2-year deal and an undisclosed fee from Leyton Orient, and Omar Bogle has joined on a free transfer and a 2-year deal. 2 solid additions. Max Sanders, from Leyton Orient fans, they was a little bit disappointed losing him, so could be a real top League 2 midfielder going into next season. And Omar Bogle knows where the back of the net is. You know, he's done it at Newport, Grimsby, experienced striker, and I think he can, you know, replace the likes of Courtney Baggett-Richardson, who's left the club, I believe. So I think that's a decent replacement for him. Grimsby have announced the signing of midfielder George McEachran following his release from Swindon Town. Outstanding signing, I think this is for Grimsby. I think he'll fit in with the style of play. David Artell might want to play next season more possession based, and he's a real good technical midfielder. We know he was highly rated at Chelsea in his academy days. He hasn't quite found a consistent club where he's really thrived, but he showed glimpses of quality at Swindon. I think he's a real good technical midfielder, and I think if you get the right partnership alongside him, more of a physical type midfielder, he'll flourish in that system personally. MK Dons have added to their midfield ranks with 2 excellent additions. They announced the signing of Liam Kelly from League One side Crawley Town for an undisclosed fee, and they've added Tom Carroll to the ranks in midfield on a free transfer. 2 excellent signings, and I think they fit the profile of midfield for MK Dons. They've got to be comfortable on the ball and the both fars. I was really impressed with Liam Kelly last season. Really impressed. Came in at Crawley with a few doubters from other clubs, and he you know, really impressed in that midfield. I thought he's excellent in the playoff games. Obviously got a goal at Wembley, and he dictates the play in there. With the right players around him, he's a real good passer of the ball. Got an eye for a pass, so that'll be a good one. Likewise with Tom Carroll as well. You know, he's played in the Premier League with Tottenham, hasn't he? Swansea, so got good experience of the game, and at League 2 level could be a real quality signing. They did lose a player though. Daniel Harvey has joined League 1 side Wycombe Wanderers for an undisclosed fee. I thought he was a solid player. I think he originally played left back in his career and got slotted in as a left centre back last season. Did okay, but I think with the signings at centre back for MK Dons, I think they have replaced him quite well so far. Bradford City have announced the return of Tyreek Wright on an undisclosed fee, and back on a permanent deal this time. He's obviously had 2 loan spells there. I think his first loan spell was probably more impressive than the second spell, but in that first spell he showed what type of a quality player he is. He was at my side Warsaw for a little while, and you can tell he's an exciting player to watch when he's full of confidence really. Good left-footed player, runs at players, and Crewe Alexandra will be hoping to get the best out of him next season. That's why they've brought him back to the club, and I think this one's a decent addition for Bradford. Finally, probably the biggest transfer this week came on Monday actually at the start of the week. WYKE has returned to Carlisle United on a 2-year deal. Free transfer, and obviously there's been a lot of things on Twitter. Is he going to join Carlisle or is he going to join Bradford? Obviously being at both of the clubs in his career, it's looking likely at one stage he was going to go to Bradford, but he has gone to Carlisle, and I think it's a good signing for Carlisle. I think they've got some really good striking options going into next season. You know, you've got Luke Armstrong, you've got Charlie Wyke, Georgie Kelly up front as well. So they've got some real good striking options, and I think Charlie Wyke, we know he knows where the back of the net is. He has done it in his career. You know, Sunderland, Bradford. He had a loan spell at Rotherham, I think, last season. Didn't quite work out for him. He's at Wigan as well. So really experienced striker. He's good in the air. Like I said, he knows where the back of the net is. He's one of them natural strikers that's got that clinical edge in front of the goal. So really good signing on a free transfer for Carlisle United. So there you have it. I've rounded up all things. I've rounded up all things League 2 from this week. All the confirmed transfers. 35 transfers in total. So it's been a busy week. I'm expecting it to get even busier, you know, going into the next couple of weeks before the season starts. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave in the comments who you think Son of the Week is, and I'll see you in the next one.